Welcome to another episode of Kicking Back with Gap with your host, Guru. Didn't miss it this week, you get me? We got the man that we're back again with Vam and Tints. Chi. Oh no, he's over Chi. What is his name? Coloured Black.
Have to beat that one now.
Black and verse, you get me? We're back after a little hiatus. Is that the word? It's not even long, but it's been like a week still.
We're just back.
I've got no words here.
We're just back, bro. That's it.
We're just back.
Yeah, no hiatus.
So this week, anyway, I was thinking, is inspired by a few things actually. Now obviously.
Oh, bro, that looks dangerous, bro. Put that drink. Yeah. Safe.
Yeah, so this week's inspired by a few things that's been going on in my life and actually in the scene in general. So lately, I keep driving and I hear, only thing that I have on my radio is Capital Extra More Time, innit? And it's the same kind of 6-7 tunes I'm hearing now, like UK tunes, which is wicked, like, because a year ago, it was dead. I weren't really hearing nothing, you get me? And it just got me thinking, and then yesterday or the day before, Stormzy announced that he's got his own record label now. Don't know if you lot seen that.
I think he's had that for time though. It's just he's signed with his joint venture.
He's saying he's got a new record label for anybody that don't know.
The Murky thing.
Yeah, the Murky Records, and that is official with Atlantic Records or something. Whereas before he was independent.
Yeah, but didn't he put his album on his label though?
Well, basically, man wanted to talk about and discuss, what being independent means, innit? Like, to man personally, if an artist like Stormzy, when he was first coming out, he used to scream he was independent. What is that, like?
Lost clock.
Yeah, like that.
Lost clock.
That might happen a couple times still.
Man saying get out.
Lost clock. Hey, there's a duppy in there, fam.
I get that.
Hey, there's a duppy in there, fam. Turn it off, bro.
It's just gonna knit out like this.
You might have to just pull the plug.
No, blood. Yeah. There's a duppy in there,
I
fam.
don't look too dark now, though, do I?
It's calm, bro. We're melanated, bro. Be dark, innit?
Bear flash, fam. Duppy movements, fam.
But yeah, so
Guys just wanna
basically,
be
I
loud.
wanted to discuss what being independent means, innit? Would you lot consider what would you consider an independent artist as?
I don't know, bro. I don't know, bro.
What is that? Does that word even mean anything to man?
Man, like, I've had this conversation time ago, and now man's just done with it. It's just whatever, bro. But like, independent, to me, to be actual independent means you're not dependent on nobody else for you to release your music. So there's nothing, so that means you're putting up, everything that you're putting up is you're putting up your money. And everything that you get back, you get 100% back.
Yeah.
And everything you put in is 100% from you. That's what independent to me makes sense. But it seems that the route that we've gone into is independent just means not signed to a major.
Yeah.
Man will be signed to a label, just to an independent label, and call themselves independent. But the label's funding your whole music, so you're not really independent, you're dependent on the independent label kind of thing. So it depends on what way you're looking at it.
No. You're right, still. Because my take on it initially was kind of similar to yours. Like, when people, especially within rap, because obviously other genres are a bit more like, there are indie labels and all of that when you go into other genres like rock and all the rest of it, innit? Yeah. So when they say indie label, that's a completely different thing. That's cool.
No.
When people talk about indie labels, in comparison to being independent, it sounds like something completely different, innit? For me, like an independent artist they're on their own, it's just them really, and they're like people doing their thing. You get me?
You know, it is though, yeah. But I think like I'm the same with you guys. Well, and that is what I think of independence still as an artist. But I just think though, there's only a certain time that you can actually stay independent. If you know what I mean. There's only
That's
so
a
much
different question though. I hear what you're saying, but that's a different question. There is only a certain amount of time you can stay independent, or we can get to that. To be honest,
I don't know, brother. I don't know, cause like even this with how the streaming thing's going on now as well, like to take it to like America, like didn't Chance the Rapper like he signed some sort of deal with Apple Music to have his project on Apple Music exclusively for a certain period of time, and they paid him mad peas for it. But essentially, he still calls himself independent. But that's a deal, isn't it?
That's a distribution deal, isn't it?
Yeah.
But it is a deal.
Yeah, like, so I don't know. It depends on what little pockets you want to go into in terms of calling yourself independent. People will say they're independent by being technically not signed to a major or something like that. But
like the actual definition is...
Yeah, have you got a definition?
The definition of it, like I Googled it, and they would like... across every platform that I looked on, they agree that it's just not being signed basically to a major label. So like if you're signed to XL Recordings,
you're independent.
You're independent.
That's
like Adele, she's essentially independent.
Bro,
I don't know if she's still
mean
with
the
XL.
game's done. She can't be independent.
They just got, because XL has just got mad bread in it.
Yeah, but she can't be just signed to XL still.
I don't know.
Now when she's doing all that stuff.
But even with that Chance the Rapper thing that you were saying though, is he independent or is he like signed to somebody?
I don't know about anything about Chance.
No, that's just something I heard.
Because even if you pre it though, technically that is still man being independent. If he's gone to Apple with a deal, he's making the deal with them. It's not them coming to make the deal with him.
Through the label.
Or was it through?
No. What you're saying is right.
Yeah.
So like, if he's gone directly to Apple,
to have a
it's a bit different.
It's a bit different because you're still independent and you're still kind of making the full profits off it.
Let's say me and Tints, are artists, I've got a distribution deal and Tints doesn't. So my distribution deal allows my music to travel far and wide, way further than Tints can, because he doesn't have one. He's putting out his music himself. Are we both independent and we both call ourselves the same thing?
I hear that still.
See what I'm saying?
Because that'll basically summarize what certain men have been doing, like saying they're independent and then they've got that.
But you're
like
dependent
on the
distribution.
Like a Stormzy, for example.
Yeah, but you're dependent on something.
I hear what guys are saying still. I definitely hear what you're saying still. But I still see it as you're independent in a certain senses because it's you that's gone to them with the deal. It's not them that's come to you with the deal, if that makes sense, innit? Like, you know that as much of an artist, you've done what the most you can do, but when it comes to album time, you're going to have to take that distribution. Well, me personally speaking from the UK, I feel that we have to take that distribution deal, but you can still be classified as independent. That's how I see it as still. Even if you probably still have like masters to your writing and all of that stuff. Is that the right way of saying it?
Yeah,
you're owning your masters and that. Even if you still own your masters and you've gone to do a distribution deal, you're still technically independent because you still own everything, innit? If it's a thing where they want some of your masters, then you've kind of gone 50-50.
But with the distribution deal, they take some of what you get back. They take some of your get back for their service. You get me?
Yeah.
So that's why it's...
I thought it was a thing where you pay them a certain piece and then like...
No, like the more money you make, the more money they make. So they obviously, whatever you agree with, I assume, they take some of your get back. A distribution deal is
basically like, you are a wholesaler, and I'm a shop, the distribution deal, I'm coming to shop your music. I've got 5 shops. So I come to your wholesale, you've got the music, I grab your music and I put it in all my shops.
And then just take a little percentage out of it, basically.
That's basically what a distribution deal is. And that was a sick analogy.
Yeah, but does that make... based on what you just said, would you say that you doing that would make you independent? Independent?
Not really, no, still.
No, but yes. Yes and no.
Yeah.
Yes,
what is independent? What's independent about that?
because
you're not being financed
Yeah.
by anyone else.
yeah, and it's like
You still have owner rightage to quite a majority of your
Oh, no.
stuff, where
I'm
it's
trying-
just only they're
you-
taking
you're
a
not being
percentage of your
financed.
distributing, fam.
Is that what we're gonna call independent?
because you're not.
So I'm
being-
I'm
and
taking
nobody's
independent
involved,
as the
nobody
word,
was
innit?
involved in the creative
Oh,
process.
yeah, that don't mean nothing. There's signed people that create their own thing. It's all depends.
I hear that, but they have more
Yeah,
people
but they
that
still
say-
have to go to a meeting and still get it
Not
verified.
now, bro. Not in 2017, bro.
Boy.
If you know how to make your music and the music's banging and you're signed to a major, the major's not gonna say change your music if it's banging.
Of course, and a lot of the majors they're not even doing that anymore.
Exactly.
They're waiting for the tune to be half
They're
popping.
not,
and
they're
then
not doing
signing
the
it.
work. Yeah.
They're signing it while it's on route. You get me?
But there's mad little ways to baz it, but game's the game.
So I was gonna say, yeah. So what artists fit into that category of independence when we talk about it? That is people like would Stormzy fit into independent? At that time before this label Murky deal, whatever with Atlantic, was he independent?
I guess so, because
I
he
guess so,
signed.
for
But
sure.
would you consider him as an independent artist?
What did he do a distribution deal for his album?
Yeah.
But before his album, I'll personally classify him
It was
100%
distributed by
album.
Warner.
Okay, but yeah, but before his
What, the
album,
Grandsons and
like the
Prayer?
whole strong couple months and year, whatever, 1 year that
Even
he was
before
doing.
that, I didn't even. To be honest, I always thought he was signed. The way how he was
On the low, innit?
Yeah, because I feel like man like him and others, not even to scapegoat him, like they are using they have certain people. And a great example is Dave. Like his management and people who are in his team are experienced in labels and that, but he's independent.
Yeah, bruv. That's another thing. Like, not even experience, not even to use Dave or whatever, but let's say if it was Dave as an example, yeah, if his manager still works at a label, but he's obviously just manages Dave as his own thing, is Dave independent?
Technically,
Because
yeah.
there's bare side deals going on.
Technically, yeah, he is.
technically,
But
yeah.
man works at the label, bro.
Yeah, he's
So
just-
everything that man would be from being at
He's
the
being the
label,
top
man
general,
gets
innit?
anyway.
Yeah.
So
He's got all the resources.
He's got all the
got-
resources, but he's not technically signed.
yeah, we're not talking about technically. We're talking about like morally, innit?
Yeah, just morally, like
Yeah.
what?
But
your
that's his
opinion.
manager, though, innit? That's not Dave. Dave,
Yeah, but he's lapping.
That's the whole point
that's,
of it, though.
That is the whole point of it, and people are using that term, like independent, as a marketing scheme because it gives you more clout. If I tell you that I'm independent, and you say you're signed, and we're both in the charts,
Yeah, you're
I've
gonna
got
go
more
for
clout
the
than you.
independent.
Yeah.
Yeah, you get more clout, you get more respect, you look like you're doing more, and also you get more support. People feel like they need to support you.
Support you
Whereas if you
still.
come out, yeah, I'm signed, all right, go away then. innit? Man's got a grand, like, man's gonna break off my P's, and you got your P's already. Like that's the thing, innit? You kind of branch off from the people when you say, yeah, I'm signed.
I think it's just there's a bit of a stigma attached to it. Like, yeah, you've made it now. You don't need no
Yeah,
more
and then
support.
also people look for things to say you've changed and all that.
Oh, yeah,
They
you've
start
done
picking at your
this.
things because
Yeah.
you're signed now, so it's a
You
reason
don't
to
need
hate.
us.
So people try and avoid that, I guess.
Do you feel like, well, looking at the game, because why I started the conversation, I was also saying about I was listening on radio and I could hear just bare hits from people like Notes, Huss, Kojo, others.
Yeah.
Like, and they're all the tunes and all the people, they are signed acts, even though people don't really realize, innit? So it just started to make me think, like, do the labels really still run the game? Because you know, like
No.
a year. Well, why do you think not?
Because of Stormzy.
Yeah,
If
they don't
Stormzy's
Stormzy.
really independent this
Yeah,
whole
but
time,
it's still going through Warner.
Yeah,
Warner was
now,
still present
but-
before. Gangsters
oh,
and
bro,
Brains.
then you're coming to my point. I'm trying to
I'm-
join you lot, bro.
I'm saying,
bro.
No,
Alright,
I
go
don't
on, start
think
again,
it
start
is
again.
still.
Sorry, I cut you off. Go on.
oh, it's fine, it's fine.
Yeah, but I cut you off, so finish your question, innit?
I was saying, yeah, do the labels still run the game
Oh, did
right
you finish
now?
there? Oh,
Yeah.
I don't think they do still.
No,
They definitely don't.
they
man.
don't. Because don't you remember back in the day, bro, when man used to first make music? What was the dream? What did man
to get
need
signed, bro.
And that was really
Or
it,
to
innit?
go on to Channel U.
Not even that. You're just like, yeah, man needs to get signed. When you're signed, you've made it. Like,
But
you
don't
don't even
forget-
know what's gonna happen after that. You
then
don't know what this label is gonna do.
You know what it is, yeah? What's
But it's-
really changed the game is YouTube. Don't
Yeah,
forget,
but-
YouTube now, yeah, is the reason why people wanted to get signed back in the day. Because don't forget, getting signed was a meaning of exposure, being exposed, people knowing what you are, so having the backing of whatever in it. But you having a YouTube following with views now, you can make your own backing, you can do your own whatever, you can do your own advertisement.
And that's
all that.
true, but now 95% of all the rhythms coming out of the UK that are big, all the biggest hits now are signed by major labels or labels.
Yeah, because they picked them up.
So they're still in control. They're still getting the most spread of it.
I don't know if you call it the most spread.
Well, in the English game, yeah, but I wouldn't say in
Even
like
in America, it's way worse.
but
Nah, in America, you've got a whole lot more independent people, though, don't forget. Well, who's truly independent?
Yeah, who?
I'd have to sit down and actually think
Fam,
about that.
they're not.
Apart from the trappers, obviously, yeah,
They're
the
not.
famous
They're
ones,
not.
yeah.
They're not.
There's-
They get
But,
deals
it's,
early.
but the thing is, it's always, you're talking about radio, but who's sitting down listening to radio? Like, radio doesn't have the power, bruv. Everything you're hearing on radio is broken somewhere else.
Oh, I hear that.
You get me? So,
But all the tunes that I hear on radio are the same ones that are in the charts.
yeah, but
For example, Rams Barking. I hear that every day.
there's a reason for that. Rams ain't gonna be able to put the funding into it to be able to hear that every day.
Exactly.
But it has to get to a certain stage for it to get to that label.
Yeah.
But you don't understand. These labels are snapping up all these rhythms and tunes before they even hit the shelves. So they get on YouTube. For example, Man's Not Hot. Bruv, that was genius. My man did a freestyle on Charlie Sloth. His thing got signed, and then it went mad.
Who signed him?
Island or one of them.
Island.
Are you serious?
Yeah, Island. It was Island because he started taking the piss of saying Islam. You see what I'm saying? So like, yeah, Michael Dapper's doing mad numbers and he's wicked, innit? But Island's doing mad numbers.
Yeah, but the thing is, that's when you're saying, do they run the game?
That's
Like,
mad.
that's what it's gonna be, innit? But the thing is, what man's original point is, what I was trying to say is like, before, all you need, like, everybody was at the mercy of the labels, innit?
Yeah,
But it's not that no more. You get
Yeah,
me?
it's
Like,
true.
you don't even need them to release music.
I
You
hear
know what I'm
that.
saying? Beforehand, if you're a kid sitting down and dreaming about having a music career, you're gonna look at Stormzy, you're gonna look at bare people doing all of these things before you think of a label. So you're already dreaming before you think of a label. So you can do your thing and just dream and get as far as you can, and a label comes after it. Before the label used to come first.
Yeah.
You get me? So everything you're saying, these are the labels signing them when they're already flying. You get me? Before you needed your label to fly.
Yeah, it's
Nah, I
true
think
talk
that's
still.
So it's up to you to think,
Yeah, it's true talk still.
does that mean the labels are running the game or not? Like, because if Stormzy's been independent the whole time, he's bazzed it.
He definitely has.
He has bazzed it. Like, how is man doing a tour around the whole world, bruv? Who is organizing that?
I hear that.
Like Australia, Japan,
I
we
hear
saw them singing "Shut Up" with a Hong Kong and like that. It was
Still.
some
But
mad
I swear he
accent.
funded his own UK tour or something like that, though.
Bro.
So
I
what
don't-
does he even need a label for?
I hear
'Cause
that.
I swear when he
But
did,
so-
I swear
but-
when
but
he
then-
did the
but
tour.
then- But then you compare that to who's his counterpart, Jay Huss. And Jay Huss is
He's
signed
signed.
to Black Butter, and he's been signed before the album and all the rest of it, and they've made a real big impact on his career. Would he have been able to get to the status that he's at now without Black Butter?
I personally think so, yeah, because his music speaks for him still.
His music's
strong.
banging, bro.
But they've invested a lot of P's and resources.
Yeah, but I think they've just polished it.
Yeah, of course.
Like,
they
but
have.
his music is banging, isn't it? So
So his musical ways would have got into
Even
where it
like
is.
Nines, did like when Nines signed to XL, did that make his thing better?
No.
I don't even know what he's done.
That album.
He's
innit?
put out the album that he was already promoting way before he even signed. So the label's not done.
Nothing.
He just done it for a distribution, most probably still. Or if he's actually signed it.
Like, man's not even done a show.
I hear that.
He
Scraps
can't
just
though,
announced
still.
he's doing the show still,
Oh, yeah.
and he's supposed to be
Is he signed?
independent.
Oh. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Bare independent people do shows. But I'm saying, like, Nas, what was the point in him getting signed?
It's mad.
He was already Nines way before this XO, and you get me. So I don't know.
Do you
I
think
don't
that
know what goes on.
when he got signed, it helped his record sales? Nines in particular.
Boy,
I don't know what his record
man.
sales
He
are.
knows
Did
record
it
sales.
make it seem like he'd made it and he'd done this thing?
No, because he was already massive. Like
The
when he
only
got
thing I could say that him getting signed was, man, saw a couple pics of him in Instagram where he's probably in like Tokyo and that doing shows now, innit? So
Tokyo.
yeah, man, see him out of Ends or
I've
Netherlands
seen
or
that.
something like that. Man, see him out of Ends
Nines
doing
in
a show.
Tokyo.
I ain't seen
Yeah,
that.
bro, I'm pre his Instagram, fam.
Nines
I don't
in
know about you
Tokyo.
lot, fam.
Swear down.
Man, seen him do a concert out of Ends, fam.
I ain't seen that shit. That's
Nines in
Nines,
Tokyo.
fam,
I
yeah,
beg
fam.
you, man, show me that.
Yeah, you're
I
right.
need to see that. Nines went to Tokyo.
What's man performing, bro?
But fam, man seen him do performances on his Instagram, innit? So
I ain't
beforehand,
ever
when he
seen
weren't signed,
Nines.
he wasn't doing no performances.
I
So
ain't seen Nines hold a mic, bro.
well, do you not pre his
Yeah,
Instagram?
nah, he's
never
definitely got
seen-
bare
Don't you not
background
pre his
on stage
Instagram?
and that.
I've never seen it. I've seen him on the side when I've seen Scraps performing, and I've just heard his tunes. Like I remember when there was a show, Nines show, yeah, blood. I swear, man, all bought a ticket and that, yeah, cancelled.
Lockdown, bro.
So, anyway,
No, it's mad still. It's a mad debate. So what are we saying? That just to wrap it up, do you think artists need labels? The UK artists need labels? In
well,
this
yeah,
current-
no, the perfect analogy, I guess, is Stormzy, isn't it? Because everybody has their limit. Everybody can only go so far, isn't it? Like
Yeah.
nobody's gonna be at the top of their game forever or rising forever, innit? So you get to as far as you can, and if you're popping still, and if you've got leverage, then you go, innit? And you keep going. So at some point you're gonna need labels because you're not. It can't be fun. Like I imagine at the top of the game, it's expensive, bruv.
Yeah, no.
You know, like that.
Like campaigns and that.
I can imagine. So imagine that's all you're gambling, bruv. You get me?
I hear that.
So like,
But with
at some
someone
point-
like when you're in someone like Stormzy's position,
Mhm.
I guess
You and me can say that, but in his head, at some point, all right,
He's gonna
the
feel like
even like rich dad, poor dad, and that they tell you to use other people's money, bro.
I hear that still.
So why wouldn't he?
It's the same for the music, I guess. isn't it?
Yeah, is that? So if you can continue to elevate yourself without using your own money or taking as much risks with your personal assets or your personal,
Why not, bro?
then no, labels will always be there. It's just different ways to take it.
Plus, I think as an independent artist, you always get to that stage where you feel you've done as much as you can do. Man needs that extra hand, you know, like that. The extra
Extra
hand
bread.
can, or even extra bread, extra hand, whatever.
And is
innit?
it
But-
cheating saying that you're independent when you're actually signed?
Yeah.
Yeah, if you're
They're
proper
lying,
sign,
innit?
yeah, if you ain't got no you talk
lie.
about like a distribution deal as
Well,
well.
well,
Oh
we
yeah,
still
he
didn't
said
co-
he said if you're signed, innit, and you
If
say
you're
you're
signed.
not, you're just lying, innit? It's like lying to the girl to flipping
Yeah,
beat.
if
or
you're
something.
signed, you're signed,
You're just
innit?
lying, innit?
Yeah, if you're signed, you're signed.
Yeah,
If
like
you
you
got
just tell
distribution-
some lies, like
If you're signed, you're signed. But if you got distribution,
pull out the
deal-
rental and that, and then you hide the
lying
thing.
to
and-
the girls.
Yeah, or something, like, you get me? Like, if you're signed, you're just signed, innit? If you're ashamed of it, why did you do it? And if you're not gonna say it, then you're ashamed.
I hear
I
that.
can't find it.
You're signed,
No, I
innit?
hear that. I hear that.
You're just signed, and be signed in peace, bro.
But yeah, in England though, I think like every artist when they get to that certain stage, I feel like they have to get signed because don't forget England's just a small country, innit? There's only so much England can do for you, you know,
Yeah,
like
man.
that, like.
The rates that this music is traveling and that it seems to work, like, especially more as what I like about it is that it seems to be more partnerships
Yeah.
than you're just signed
Yeah.
and that's it.
That's what a lot of the work seems to be.
Yeah, I like
Yeah.
that.
You know what I'm saying? And to be honest, it seems that people are not even necessarily going with like the major record label companies, like Sony's and all of that, like just off the bat. You know what I'm saying? They seem like they're joining all the smaller ones, the Relentlesses. I assume Relentless is a small one, innit?
Black Butter, bruv.
Black Butter, smaller companies and doing well or doing better. Excel, supposedly, but they got mad bread, so they're kind of like a major label still. But loads of people are doing deals with smaller labels and doing bigger things, innit? Which is...
Man, don't forget as well, like you're saying for yourself, innit? They're doing probably certain things where man ain't taking bare bread from their pocket, whereas if they were signed, man's taking hella bread. You know, like them 360 deals, for example, like they're taking bread out of your merchandise.
They do that anyway, though. That's standard.
Oh,
Don't let anybody
360s.
fool you. Yeah, that's standard.
I don't know their contracts.
Bro, you can only not really get a 360 as far as I know once you are in...
Stormzy.
Yeah.
It's leverage, isn't it?
Like, but if man is coming up in the game and I'm getting 100,000 views and they want to sign me and I'm taking a deal, it's more than likely gonna be a Ross Clark 360 deal.
Yeah, of course, bro.
Even at little labels.
I would assume so. You'd be
I don't think
stupid
they
not
would,
to if you was a label, because you're not making no P's off sales.
Yeah, that's true.
Like you're making P's of everything else.
Well, it depends, like, at what point in your career do you sign, innit? For example, like Krept and Conan, they signed their deal quite late into the trajectory.
Yeah, but even now, at the heights of these man's success, everybody, like, they're not selling millions upon millions.
Yeah, it don't matter what they sell.
It's not like back in the day when 50 Cent did triple platinum.
Yeah, but
and they're
50 Cent
selling
though,
a mad millions amount of copies. Man are selling like 100,000 copies.
Yeah, but I don't know. Like
20,000 copies.
Yeah, but what? Man signs a deal. So man signs a deal, yeah. Whatever the deal is, say I've got leverage to ask for whatever I want and they're on it. And if my thing flocks, they say, no, it's a 360, so give me your other piece.
No, but they would.
So like, you sign your deal, innit?
Yeah,
So
that's breaching the contract if they do that. That's breaching contract, fam.
They wouldn't offer you.
yeah, but they don't know what you're gonna do, bro.
Yeah, it's true.
I hear that, but it's like that. I don't know that situation before I even chat off my mouth.
Do you hear what I'm saying, though?
Yeah, no, I hear that still.
They don't know what you're gonna do, so they can obviously have a trajectory, but if they think you're the man,
then they're just gonna have to.
Then
keep that
if they think you're
assumption.
the man, then they obviously will give you more respect, innit? And you'll get a better deal.
but it would still be 360.
Ah.
I don't know. I don't know people's
Super 60
contracts.
deals, bro.
Well, we'll move on to the social section. So this week there's
Already?
Already.
yeah, man, let's start with that, man. We ain't trying to chat. But that's
Also, social sector. All right, let's roll.
man said already these, but man can't please you, man. You know.
No, but I
I
saw
thought it was like a second.
The other day, man, was
second
don't
topic.
be that-
fam,
that's
like,
like we're
a
wrapping
second
up,
topic. Like we're wrapping up today,
social.
lads.
Yeah.
Bam.
No time.
Nah, do you know what? There's a few bits in the social
Let's go.
section. To be
Yeah,
fair,
that's why.
first man has to say Rams for number one. What we saying? We agreeing on that.
Yeah.
Is it good for the culture though?
Why not?
Rams being like coming out with a tune that's not the most lyrical. Oh, bro. You know what? You know what happened, didn't it?
What,
Man
last
just
week?
thought back to the last episode, bro.
Oh, I lit my man from
No,
Blood, it's you that set man up, bro, to say these things, bro. Why
No,
are you
but-
asking,
Hey, is
man,
Rams
bro?
that guy, yeah, where you man showed man that video the other day?
Yeah.
Whoa, mad thing.
Yeah, that
What
was
do you mean
bad.
number one though? What's going on? What's going on with him? What? He's tuned. What? He's
No, did you see
tuned.
what he said in the
He's
group
tuned.
chat? Man posted it.
I thought it was
That really have
karaoke.
to explain before, because
Alright, so man posted no, like there was just
one extra. No, basically,
Yeah.
man posted the Christmas performance of Rams in our WhatsApp group, and what did Tints say?
and man said, "What is that? The guy that sings the barking tune, or some guy doing karaoke?" And man
can't
said,
lie, that
"Karaoke."
That was a horrible performance.
That wounded me still.
horrible.
Yeah, no, that's why I told you though. He's learning on the job,
He
innit?
will learn it, and he won't do that again. Like,
Nah,
he'll
because
make
all after that, man, seen a performance of him doing on Soccer AM Did you see that?
I saw
Well,
him
much
talking
better.
about.
Yeah, it's already slightly improving. Like the whole
started to
backing
feel
track
himself,
this
yeah.
time. You know how he sang on the instrumental.
That
and
like me bit. That was the cringiest moment. Oh, bro.
No, but that's how the song goes. Though.
Yeah, but he's waiting for it like he's gonna hear it in the backing track.
What's
and he
that
just
about? She's a tempest tiny.
No, it's the backing track.
You hit me up, it's not lightly, and then
It's likely.
about water in the wave in the fresh. It was a bit ooks, isn't it?
It was
That's how the
awkward.
tune
He was
goes.
like waiting for it, like, bro.
No, he didn't. He
didn't
just
drop.
tried to style it. He just tried to put sauce on it.
Yeah, but it's no source if the backing track ain't there, innit? You get me? But I respect his thing, to be fair, and I do want his tune to go number one, like, wholeheartedly. Trust me. That's big for the scene.
Yeah, no, I hope it does
not,
still. I just think
Man's
it was
battling
funny. I can't
Eminem,
lie.
you know?
Yeah, but Eminem's washed.
Come on,
now.
Eminem's washed now, fam.
He's battling an Eminem and Ed
Washed.
Sheeran tune. That's a big look still.
Well,
So what? He's above
yeah.
Ed Sheeran then?
So in the charts, it was last week was
He is, because all I'm seeing is Eminem and Rams. So
no. Last week, I swear Eminem's on the tune with Ed Sheeran. But I swear the next tune below was joined with that number one tune, which was another Ed Sheeran tune, and Rams was
Bruv,
number
I've
two.
not even heard this Eminem album, bruv. I don't know anybody in the country that's talking about Eminem to me or saying, yo, have you heard this new Eminem tune, bruv? Like, it's not happening, bruv. So I don't even know, like, what, bruv.
Well, Ed
His
Sheeran's
label
really got a
just
tune
copped
with-
them, bruv. His label
Ed
just copped
Sheeran's
them.
really got a tune with Eminem.
Yeah, on his album.
Bruv,
His
man's-
album, Eminem's
Like it
album.
was like it was just like a pop tune. Like he made it with that that format
Guy
for it to
should've
go
just
to like
stayed at
number
home,
one.
bro.
Huh?
Rams
Guy
is
should have just
number
stayed
one,
at
bro.
home and watched
Like,
that.
even-
Because
Can you name me one person that's banging an Eminem tune? How's the tune go?
I don't know. Still,
So it's number one in our country, how? It's
Radio.
fake, fam.
Radio.
It's fake. Bruv, radio. It's a
radio.
Rams for
And
number
labels.
one
Rams
still.
is
It
number
goes
one.
back to what I was
Yeah, Rams for
saying.
number
They
one,
run the
man.
game.
Oh.
Rams
They
for
do it,
number
bro.
one still.
You don't know the tune. You don't know the tune. I don't. These men don't.
Yeah.
But it's number one.
Yeah, Reebok.
And you got to bear in mind, we are a
It's
school
Reeves.
demographic.
That's Reeves, bro.
Yes. We're not the minorities over here.
Okay, but you're out there. And do you not think that you get out there, right? You get out, right? And you can say that, but you have a phone that's global and worldwide, isn't it? So you should know how this Eminem song sounds, bro.
I hear that.
Yeah, that's
I've
true.
heard it a couple times.
On radio.
I have no clue, bro.
It's on radio all the time. I just
Yeah, but
can't tell
you listen to radio,
You
bro,
don't listen
because
to
of your
radio,
work
do you?
and everything
Yeah,
else.
That's what I'm saying. I'm in my car all the time. So
Yeah,
I'm
yeah,
always
yeah.
hearing the radio, isn't it? That.
And that's why it's so big, innit? Like, so that goes back to what I was saying, that the labels actually run the game still. Because
I don't think it's nothing to do with the labels.
What?
You man ain't even thinking about the streaming services
Yeah,
that
fam.
making
Yeah.
all the actual
piece.
yeah, of course.
So
Yeah.
And the labels don't make beats. Yeah, labels don't
Because they
make
run-
beats
they-
off of that.
they have
Do you know what?
No,
I
but they
count-
have big.
You
They
know,
have
I
big-
counted them as a label as well.
They
like-
they are a label
Like
though,
Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, they're all like labels, isn't it?
bruv.
That's
And
how
they
I
all
counted
and the
them,
labels
because of
are
how
all
music's
invested in
distributed
them.
now.
Not entitled still.
Huh? Yeah, the labels
have
are
to.
all invested in them. They have shares in them
Yeah,
things
yeah.
in them, so they own the whole thing. Even
but-
the distribution companies, not the other one. What's the other one?
TuneCore.
TuneCore. I swear TuneCore is owned by Sony.
I thought it was.
So
Yeah,
everybody's
probably Sony.
music that gets put on there is owned by Sony. But you don't know that. Yeah, I might be wrong in it.
But I swear
but
Tidal is Jay-Z's
From the last
thing.
I remember,
I guess so.
He ain't got no deals with anybody. Tidal.
that's Jay-Z's thing. Innit?
Yeah, but
But
that's...
Jay-Z's with Rock Nation, innit? He's a label.
Oh, yeah.
What you think just because his name's
Rock
Jay-Z, he ain't
Nation's
got a
a-
label? He was the first.
Bruv, they done some next.
But even with Rock Nation, the actual people that he's gone partnership, they're not even a record label. They're something else. Still, they're an event company or something. Not an event company, but a major. Oh fuck, man! I forgot what they call it. Still, but basically, they don't really do nothing to do with like music as much as everyone thinks of. Still, it's more or less to do with like all of his stadium kind of tours and all of that type of thing. Still, so like they're like an event thing where they actually set him out to do different things. I can't explain it properly, but my stepbro was telling me still. So like with his actual deal, it's actually solely him by himself. He's not with like another.
Who, Jay-Z himself?
Yeah, Jay-Z's Rock Nation thing still. The whole
Well,
actual.
he's an independent artist on his own. Or he's saying
Yeah, technically,
Rock
'cause
Nation
it's-
as a company.
Yeah, no, Rock Nation as a company, because obviously he's in partnership with something else in it. The nation part of it, I forgot what it is in it. My stepbrother explained it to me the other day, innit?
I get what it means now.
Because Rockefeller is Rockefeller in it, but the actual nation part of it is another partnership in it. So he's actually still an independent artist himself in it because
with Rockefeller.
Yeah, with Rockefeller, because obviously he still owns everything in it. It's just basically like some major crazy distribution deal where he still makes a good majority of his profit basically.
I wouldn't even be surprised if Jay-Z in it. He's the business king, bro.
How did we get to this anyway?
Because obviously it was the
number one.
Oh,
yeah, Rams number one. Then my man was talking about the distribution.
Stream that, bro.
deals, man.
Yeah, I reckon. I think it's big still.
Yeah, I hope he does still. I ain't gonna lie, fam, because that was
Stream that, bro. It don't even cost peas to support now.
I can't lie, it's been funny
a bit
watching the reactions to like him and it blowing up though. Like the backlash from it, people like getting onto him and all of that.
It's like
What do you mean getting onto him?
50-50, innit? Not 50-50.
We're saying that ain't shit in that.
Yeah, some people would like dissing it and that.
I see someone say
And a
something
lot of
to him
people
today,
supporting
something about he's like a B-Tech Notes or something like that.
Woo!
And then he replied like, yeah, but I can get your girl though, or some shit like that.
It's, bruv, it's all just like even people dissing it is helping him right now. Diss him, bruv. Trust me, diss him, bruv. Because people, like everything, all of these disses are going viral and people are checking out the tunes for themselves, but they're streaming it. So, bruv, diss him, bruv. Trust me, like they all work. It all helps, bruv. Trust me.
Man said diss him, you know.
Pen game challenge.
Diss him.
Yeah.
You had the hardest pen game challenge. Have you heard any? What do you think of it on the whole? Is it good?
Yeah, I
for
think
the culture, or is it just another annoying thing that needs to hurry up and go away?
No, it's good, man. It's good.
it's good, man.
I can't lie, bro. I can't stand the beat no more. It does my head in, bro.
I took a
No,
break
that's
from
what
it.
happens.
From the
still.
second day that I couldn't even open my Instagram.
Yeah, but you don't like them type of beats anyway.
No, but it's what we talking about.
Bruv.
Rewind back to Ross Clark last episode, yeah. Before this pen game challenge, what was my rhythm of the week?
Yeah, but come on, man. Come on, bruv. You're tactical, bruv.
No. We filmed that. We filmed that before.
Come on, bro.
Bro.
Guys, it's tactical, bro. Guys know, bro.
Gappy
Guys
knew
know.
that was gonna happen.
Happened. Guys knew
Gappy
yours.
freed it.
It's just a strategy.
Have you heard, bruv, how many beats have you heard Gappy dissing that sound like that, bruv?
Bro,
And then
I genuinely fucked with that tune.
I genuinely fucked with
innit?
that.
But I'm saying the beats. Like, that don't surprise me that beat's annoying to you, bro.
Oh yeah, it's annoying to me because all opera kind of stuff get like that.
So now,
after
man,
a while.
just said what I've been saying.
But my point being, bro, I was the first one to say that I fucked with that, innit? Yeah.
You weren't the first one in the world.
Yeah, bro. I was the first one to say I fucked with that.
Probably
Yeah,
here, bro.
Shit.
from early, innit?
No, but it's sick. It's sick still.
It's sick though, still a big man thing, man. It's healthy, innit,
Who's
fam?
done it?
K-Trap's done
You
it.
haven't
I
done it.
saw,
Bonkers' one was cold.
I saw J2K.
I ain't seen his one.
Yeah, man.
It's mad.
Fucking hell, you did one.
I saw flipping Murder Mook.
I see Murder Mook's one.
J2K.
You see Murder Mook's one?
You see Murder Mook?
Well, Murder Mook from America, man.
Yeah, hard.
Serious?
He showed it down. He bodied it. He got that down. I just heard Shiesties. That was cold.
Yeah, she's saying that stuff.
She said some bits.
Talking about sitting on her face and all of this thing.
Yeah, sitting on someone's son's face in a 90 or something.
Yeah, she's
But
saying
she
about
said that
thing.
after saying bare
Them
things, she
stacks saying the
killed
same
it.
kind of thing though as well, isn't it?
That's what women say, bro.
Everyone did one, yeah?
Everyone's done one.
Yeah, bro.
What was the best one for you, man?
Bonkers' one is the best.
K-Trap's one still.
K-Trap?
Yeah.
Yeah, he's just
K-Trap
cold.
one?
Yeah,
He's one of the
K-Trap
first
did one
I've
still.
seen.
I never seen
Done it with his hood up, like.
Yeah.
He's just rapping like this.
What,
You
without
can't
the
see
boss?
nothing. Yeah, dog, just hood in the whip. Huh? Nah, Tints would know.
You got a new tune though? The new tune's hard.
No, I ain't heard it still.
What?
I ain't heard it, fam. I've been busy working, fam.
Nah, man.
I
You're
ain't
Said
heard
he's
it
been
still.
working.
Plus, you know I don't listen to radio. Or even
Well,
YouTube.
who's your best pen game then?
Bonkers.
Oh,
What's your one?
A's. Yeah, it is.
Asian songs hard still.
I ain't heard
It's
Asian
actually hard. He snapped it to me.
No,
Okay,
it's okay.
Ace too.
That man there got a private snap.
I said, yo, man made a whole snap for his pen game challenge. I see something funny come up on my phone. I said, what's this Ace guys want now, bruv? Yeah, fire. It's hard. It's hard.
Nah, it's
I told
hard.
him it's the best one.
It's hard. Sorry. Moving on. You lot seen the wireless lineup with Thoughts?
Yeah, man.
So it's funny how Kojo
I was gonna go on to
and
that.
man photoshopped man's name out of the thing. You seen it?
He did that, J Huss.
And then
But he's on the same day as man.
Kojo did some square thing.
Yeah.
That one.
Like, but,
Nah, J Huss's one's more
Huss
funny
Photoshop
still.
one
J-
is the best.
He's
Bro,
a swing and J Huss is a swing still.
how could you?
What do you mean he photoshopped
Is it
man's
that
whole
deep?
name? Why are they on the same
promote
day?
that man
Are they
there
on
on
the
his
same
page.
day?
No,
Fuck
different
that.
day.
Oh.
They know not to put man same day, bro. What the? And you know what? Man see Belly, bro. And I said, what? There's some American guy called Belly, though.
Oh.
But man see Belly, and then man see
Wait.
Fredo the same day. And I was like, what? Belly's on there already? Like, he's just come back. Like,
Yeah,
but then
they're trying to kick off a war, boy.
that's Royal Rumble, bro. No, apparently there's an American guy, and yeah, then I preed some American that G-Eazy, that tune.
Yeah.
This Belly guy is at the end of it, and he's on wireless. Nobody's gonna know his tune. I don't know. I don't know nothing
What
about
did
it.
man think of the lineup in general, though?
Nah, it's big for the UK still.
That's the direction it was always going, bro.
It's big for the UK
Like
still.
really and truly.
What was it? Was on the lineup last year, in comparison?
I didn't go last year.
That was there way more Americans.
There always is though. Not way more, but the headline's always America. But the trajectory that the music in this country is going is not really necessary now.
Yeah.
Like every American on there has
Yeah,
like
mega-
one banger.
They're like megastars, though, isn't it?
Yeah, but Lil Uzi Vert is on there. Like,
Migos is on there.
the
We
Hey,
talking
you
about
French
last year.
Montana's proper changed his style,
the
you know? You like his new single?
Gucci Gang guys on there.
You heard it?
Yeah, but that one there, I
Famous.
didn't understand why he's that little pump still,
Lil
that
Pump.
Gucci Gang one, yeah, because you only got one
That's
bang.
a-
And what you
yeah,
gonna
but
do?
that's what I'm
Come
saying,
out,
but-
perform that one bang, and then bounce?
That's what most of these Americans on there will
Do.
Yeah,
Give it
yeah,
50
still.
bags and cut.
because like, but when man went, man was seeing Future was there, Young Thug was there.
Yeah,
it was
that
nuts.
nifty,
like
that
it
one
was.
still. That was
Then
nifty.
Big Sean,
Yeah,
and
that was
then
nifty, that was.
Look at him,
No,
bro.
even with the English
Look
ones
at him,
as well,
bro.
fam.
He
Guys
loved
know,
it,
fam. When
bro.
the English ones popped up,
BBK
guys
was
there,
headlining
fam.
and that. Chase and Status, like it was nuts. But like now, I don't know. Looking at the lineup, don't know who's on there. Have
Sundays
you
used
got
to
it
be
up?
big with DJ Khaled still, featuring
yeah,
with
Khaled.
DJ Khaled special
And
guest host
friends,
gigs.
no man. What is Khaled and gigs?
Yeah,
No,
fam,
why,
special
Khaled,
guest
it's
gigs.
Khaled and friends.
It's just friends, man.
No, man, it's a special guest.
Yeah, I saw
gigs,
that
fam.
gigs bit, but I said Khaled and friends, but I don't think he's bringing Americans, bro.
Oh yeah.
It's just gonna be it's probably gonna be
Lineup,
like,
so on Friday,
No, it's big, bro. Look,
The
man's
Friday-
got Rams,
the Friday lineup,
Stack.
they got Joe Cole.
Is that
J.
6'7"?
Cole, Joe Cole, you know.
Joe
Cole,
Cole.
did you say?
Guys thought guys could.
I used to
That's
say
what they could
that.
run away from that one.
Joe Ho.
Joe Cole.
Ret
Let me get some
3-2.
So on
Sensations.
Friday, they got J. Cole.
Sensations. Get some Crips, man.
This guy, bro.
J. Cole, Post Malone, Party Next Door, Big Sean, Gold Link, Wiley,
He's
Rich,
6 lakh.
Black.
What kind of 6 lakh, bro?
Ain't that 6'7"?
Nah, it's 6 lakh, bro. It's called black.
I said ain't that 6'7".
No, 6'7's there. I don't know Triple Red is, or Trippy Red. Ski Mask, the Slump God.
I don't know, Don still.
Ski mask is hard as well. And smoke perp.
Smoke Perp, you
Hey,
know.
that Canadian Don.
Man, like
Not
Mist,
in people's personal business like that,
Ray Shremmerd.
Here, too.
Smoke Perp.
Bro.
No, that's Smoke Dog, innit?
Smoke perp, Amy the don that,
Used to be a producer.
Fam, J. Cole's on there every year, bro.
That's what everyone's cussing him about. Like, what was he coming to perform? Nobody don't want no J. Cole.
That's you lot's done still. Ain't that
Is that
your
what you're
done?
saying? Or is that
Oh no,
actually
we used to
what
diss
everyone's
him, innit? It's cheese done,
Bro,
innit?
man wanted to come and you trying to drop me in the team,
Bro,
man.
I'm just asking, bro. I just refreshed.
J. Cole's hard, fam. Is that what you're saying, or is that actually what everyone's saying?
Yeah, I ain't on J. Cole.
Oh, that's what everyone's saying.
I ain't trying to hear that wireless, bro.
That's that type of festival. You're not trying to go sleep, bro.
Listen, you say
Say that, fam. Where you
last festival, yeah? See
Wow,
the last
man.
festival,
I can't lie, I've never been to a
It
festival,
was a
so.
mosh pit thing, innit?
What, J. Cole?
What kind of mosh pit?
you
What?
know they
Sto-
get
my
it.
story.
Man's jumping around to an abortion song.
say that, fam? Just about to
What
say
you
that. Do you know how much gal them goes?
With man. What are you man talking about?
What are you talking about? What, mosh pits with the gas?
Blood, when man went wireless,
Yeah.
yeah, we was by the J. Cole bit.
Yeah.
It was packed with gas,
Yeah.
and they was going mad.
What, mosh pit?
Bro, you just heard me say that.
What the? What song though?
I don't know about no J. Cole. But, no, it's about, to be honest, people mosh pit to anything.
Fam,
So,
man,
yeah,
they
man.
don't want to go and hear J. Cole, but when the people went,
Don't say it, man. She don't want to be saved. Don't say it. No, he's hard though. He's hard.
That's
But
dead still. I can't lie.
it's not
The
a
one
festival.
that shouldn't even be there is Big Sean still.
Why?
He ain't really released nothing special.
And wasn't he there already last time? You know what? When man was there a couple years ago, yeah, Young Thug was on the tent, and Big Sean was on the main stage, bruv.
You know it was
And
a
like
baz.
15 minutes before like Young Thug was on, Big Sean was on, everyone was
The
dipping,
half
bro.
of Big, imagine, yeah.
Fam,
like,
people couldn't even get into the
yeah,
tent to
fam,
see Young
I ain't
Thug.
gonna lie to man, yeah, that for me was
I
epic
swear
still.
someone nearly died in that year.
I think so, something like that. Imagine, yeah. I don't know if man's
That
been
was a
wireless,
hazard.
yeah. Imagine Big Sean is on the main stage. Like when man says the main stage, Young Thug's over there in the tent. Imagine half of Big Sean's crowd just go like you literally see half, bro.
Yeah, you just see
like
this
half.
that man could have predicted that.
Yeah.
Half. I don't
What, for
think
Young Thug?
No, the wireless people, I don't think they could have predicted that.
I don't
Because
think they
Big
did.
Sean-
At the time,
It's on the radio, isn't it?
a bigger artist, isn't it? Young Thug was just a more underground, like, so.
It
more
kind
underground
of
people fuck
depends
with
on
him,
the demographic
Demographic.
of
Yeah, but maybe
of the
they
people
didn't
that's
pre
buying
their
the tickets.
audience.
That's what I'm saying.
Maybe they didn't pre their audience. Just Big Sean is
What is the
glossy,
audience like at Wireless for someone that's
It's
never been?
like
It's everything.
it's everything, isn't it?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, it's
So me,
everything,
That's why I said. I
Is
don't
it kinda
think they
just like-
could have
It was
predicted
everything, but that year was.
Everyone's there, innit?
But that year, I just think
It's
it
like
was
carnival.
Just, yeah, it's just like that.
Oh,
It's a bit the demographic, isn't it?
It's kind of like carnival, but you've
But
got
just a
like
little
different.
bit
Like,
more
the way-
everything.
if it's at Carnival, that means it's black.
Carnival's not black like that,
where have you been, fam?
You know this is London, right?
fam.
You know, if you
Carnival-
go carnival, you know you see bare things different, innit? Like,
Carnival's
Different
not
things,
black,
sir.
black like that.
where you guys?
Guys go Brixton Splash, bro. Is that what it's called? Brixton Splash.
White dons.
Guys going Brixton
They-
Splash.
Carnival's not black like that, bro. It's worldwide.
Guys
I
gonna
thought
go-
Carnival you don't go to.
Why
They're
not?
Italian dons.
Brazilian things in that, fam. All sorts of things, bro. Guys are just seeing black.
You get me? People are all banging out Subway and that at Carnival, bro.
I've definitely seen that. I can't lie, I've seen
You
that.
see the queue at Subway all ram, like, what are you doing there then?
I don't know
Nah,
how
but
they
it's
can do that,
definitely
fam.
more black people than white people at Carnival.
I don't know how man can go Subway on carnival, fam. That's really
I
central.
think you only say that because black
Well-
people travel in groups. I think that's why you say that. You'll turn around
Oh,
and you'll see
maybe,
that.
man's
Right,
You're
he
just-
just had the
Black
stereotype.
people, but when it's the white dons, you
Yeah,
see two of them in that, two white man over there, yeah.
yeah.
John and Barry in that, fam. Man like John and Barry, fam. Yeah, John and Barry, fam.
No, Carnival is definitely a global thing, bro. It started out black,
Especially in England, yeah, bro.
And
It's
it's
a
black at-
proper multi-ethnic thing, fam.
bro. Even if man goes Carnival, stays at the same spot, you're gonna see all types of
Yeah, bro.
demographic, bro.
You to see Indians, Turkish, Greeks, everything, fam. For man to say you've just seen black, bro, you've been going Brixton Splash, bro. If that's what it is. Guys, have just been there, Brixton
I
Splash.
remember you went there on the last year. Was you there?
Guys,
I didn't
we
go
got
Splash.
You did,
bro.
you did,
bro.
you
That's
did,
why
you
you
did.
just think Carnival
You
was
did.
I
that.
never
bro.
go Brixton Splash.
You did. We went on the last year and then they locked it off. Remember when my man locked off the woman on the mic at the
Oh,
end?
yeah.
Yeah.
Man, don't really go them places too tough there, bro.
Yeah, we went there once.
That's hooligans, bro.
Country showing these things. And
I ain't been country showing over 10 years.
I've
bro.
never been, fam.
Bro.
No, how can you say that's hooligans, fam? What's wrong with you?
I don't know.
Man just
No,
calling
man.
them hooligans,
That's a
you know.
bad,
That's
bro.
a bad, bro.
He's a hooligan.
What, the black people?
But man said in Carnival, all I see is black people.
Guys been going H&M, bro. Guys been going H&M,
them
bro.
bare football man scuffing every week, like, and man saying the black people are special.
Oh, hooligans, bro.
He said that all the black people are grouped out, bro.
You're the ones that said, nah, I don't go to them places.
know,
They're
man.
hooligans, bro.
You know what I said was facts, innit?
Yeah, bro. You said I don't go to them
We
places.
roll all together.
I said I don't go there, man.
That's what
That's
hooligans.
the hooligans. I know.
When's the last time? When's the last time any of you lot went country show?
Where?
When's the last time you went?
I've never
Now you
been.
crying, bro.
Yeah, bro. I'm laughing, blood.
I've
Where
never
them
been
buttons
to
from
country show
H&M, bro?
What you say, boy? Something from
Yeah,
H&M.
monkey boy.
Oh, God.
What did you say when the
Say,
last
when's the
time?
last time you lot went country show then, innit?
What's country show?
Exactly. What you ain't trying to go there, fam. Just bare
Last
man
time
out
I went Brixton Splash.
About 6 years ago.
there. About over 10 years for me, bro.
I don't know
Last
where
time
that
I went Brixton Splash was the year it shut down before it shut
Yeah,
down,
we was
fam.
there, bro. We was there, trust me.
Trust me, fam. It ain't no hooligan thing. I don't know what
It
you're
was
on
calm,
about.
bro.
Carnival is more of a hooligan thing than anything, fam. Last year's carnival, man had to run because the Don supposedly had acid, fam.
Oh yeah, that
Man
was.
want to talk about hooligan thing,
I
fam.
was there. I was in Barbados.
Oh yeah, a lot, bruv. Imagine that, bruv. Imagine, yeah. Imagine you're just bopping there, carnival, mad people, you can't see nothing. Yeah.
Stampede.
Fam, you just see 100 people running
Running,
towards
fam.
you. So you just turn around and dust. You don't know why you're even dusting. And then man see my cousin on the floor, bro, just laid out, yeah. I go pick her up, yeah, drag her to the side, she's cut her leg and that. Later, man found out, yeah, some tons, yeah. Fam, they dash water on the girl's face, yeah, so this acid. She's like, everyone's just gone, you know what I'm saying?
water on her.
Yeah, I said, yeah, acid.
Oh my.
And everyone went.
So I'm saying
flying,
hooligans.
bro.
This is the type of shit.
Yeah,
that
they weren't
happens
black,
at
But they don't do
They
that at
weren't even
Brixton
black,
Splash,
bro.
fam. They don't do that at Brixton
Yeah,
Splash.
see?
And they weren't black people, fam.
You got free the footage after. He said, nah, man, I don't go there, man.
Yeah, bro.
That's for hooligans.
hooligans, fam. That's why man goes garden eats chicken and chips, you know. Man don't eat that hooligan food, fam.
We'll move on to the final section. Hopefully these men are involved this time. We're moving on to Riddim of the Week. You say you man got rhythms,
I
yeah?
don't even know.
Bro, you see how the whole
Yeah,
thing
run
changed?
that. I got mine, man.
Alright, so this
Not yet.
week's official Rhythm of the Week.
It's
the official come out
one,
this
innit?
week.
Yeah. Now he backed it, yeah.
I like the way you
Now he
said
backed
that
it. Man didn't even
I'm
say, yeah,
not
what's the
giving
man
mine,
then
bro.
one, innit? Yeah,
I
man
ain't
said
giving
the
mine,
official one. Man's bazzed it. There's no point in man
He
even
might as well
saying.
do the show
Yeah,
as
bro.
once, bro.
You do it by
Man
yourself,
said
bro.
official. So
Just
what's man here
chat
then?
to that some
What
coloured
is
guy,
man,
bro.
Unofficial.
No, man.
Chat to that some coloured guy,
Nah,
bro.
this week's more my art. Well,
Yeah,
HD
yours.
There ain't no ours, fam.
The
There ain't
Rhythm
no
of the
ours.
Week, sponsored by Hdvsn, is Young's Teflon South London Press. Still, yeah, we had to
What did you
support
like
that
about
one.
that tune?
I like the video. I like everything.
Have you seen the Running the Raven? That's not Running the Raven, but this like little. I don't know if I can classify it as petty, but on Instagram where everyone's been like, oh yeah, this guy's been putting in the most hardest work. Yeah, have you lot been seeing them tweets and grams and that?
What's
Yeah,
that?
we've always been. We spoke about that in the first show, bro.
No, there's been recent ones still.
Oh no, you're talking about, and that was actually one of the things I was going to mention actually beforehand. where he tweeted out something about all the platforms.
You
not
Tef?
s- Yeah, is that what you're talking
that's
about?
yeah.
What did Tef tweet?
Tef tweeted something about the platforms promoting, like, you know how lately there's a lot of artists that have been going jail for like 9 numbers of years and all of that stuff, and like bare platforms have been promoting that. Like,
Have they though? I've only seen. I thought you were talking
it's
about
only
KBWG.
been, to be fair, it's been like mostly unofficial, not unofficial, but not like well established. Like the Grand Dailies and the Link Ups really promoting it like that, and they're not really promoting it. Just putting the news out there, but that's already out there, isn't it?
I thought you was talking about King MG, to be honest.
Whatever, innit? But he's saying, he probably was, to be fair, and he was saying that like platforms is like supporting all the fuckery, and they're not pushing out man's tunes and that, innit? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah.
I saw that tweet, but what tunes are platforms not putting out?
To be fair, from Tef, everybody pushes
Yeah,
his
like,
stuff.
I don't know.
Like personally, his thing.
If you talk about King MG, I get it because he just posts that, innit? He doesn't. Well, I guess he tries to promote music. I don't know.
Yeah, but for him, I think it's sick that we've got some, like, at first when King MD
Yeah,
come
he was
back,
on him.
I didn't feel him. Like, I didn't feel it. I thought it was just another copycat thing,
Academics.
and it was just unoriginal, whatever. But now I actually respect it, because bare times I miss shit on the timeline or this, that, or rare, and raw. Somebody's got something just saved there, stored.
Yeah, and also like he puts source on things. Like he puts like more height and attention on things, innit? Like he makes things bigger, which people naturally you say, oh, like he's a stirrer, he's like a shit stirrer. But in a sense where it's all promotion and it just makes everything kind of
Bigger.
Yeah, he's not like a massive global channel or anything like that. But
He
he puts
probably
more.
will be one day, though, to be fair.
Yeah, if he works at this rate, but like I don't know. It depends on what kind of stuff he covers, man. I don't really go in this thing. No, I don't really go in this thing. But from what I've seen, like he just heightens things that happen that maybe people wouldn't have seen that people care about.
Yeah.
So it's one of them. What else is?
Back to your rhythms of the
Oh,
week.
we're actually doing this. Go on, Tints. Does it have to have come out this week?
Not necessarily just your rhythm that you're feeling at the moment. Normally, I push something that's quite relevant and new, like the pen game challenge, and then it blew up. You get me? And
K-Trap walking still. I think
like
that's
that
what's
video is fucking hard.
Oh yeah.
Tune is hard as well.
cool. Yeah, fam.
That line, what's that line? I promoted it on other tapes too.
Got me a little pump for a turn Gucci gang. He always drops them bars.
Yeah, I
bro.
know he does, but that bar got me, bro.
That, bruv, that's the when man heard David playing for the first time and that, and man said, "Oh, look off the party next door. I'm not nice. I'm rude." I said,
Fam.
"Yo,
He can spit.
Trust
you're
me,
a
he's got
gangster,
lyrics
blood.
in
What
both
do you
too.
know about party next door,
can
bro?
spit.
He can spray, bro." I said, "Yeah."
He
No,
can
that's
spit.
a typical.
That's a
lyric
good one
from
though.
him.
Still, Tints.
Safe.
What's yours, fam?
What's it? Jimmy Lacoste. Jimothy Lacoste.
This guy went there. You
She knows about Jimothy, blood. Check it, bruv. What's the tune called? Bay. Future Bay, bruv. Pre it, bruv.
Is it that white kid?
Yeah.
That people.
Oh,
that
pre the
MTV
video
that's
and
been
that.
promoting.
Yeah, pre the video.
Let me get some.
And it's like he's wearing glasses.
Yeah,
But
it's hard.
I've seen it still.
Hard.
I didn't pay it no mind though. I can't lie, because that's not my style.
So
I know you like that kind of thing, blood.
What's it? Drum roll. Yeah. Does man have to do a drum roll for your certain gap?
For what?
In his rhythm.
He's
of the
done
week.
his.
Oh, what was his one?
I don't
ignored
even
it.
know. What was yours?
Oh, Young
Yeah,
Stefflon.
South
Oh.
South London Chris.
Yeah, no, I've totally forgot, fam.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think my rhythm of the week was the best one still.
Yeah, man tried to get more. That's hard. What's it called?
That's
New
a good-
tune's hard though as well. Suspect.
He suspects one. I
Yeah,
need to
say
hear
it with
that
your
still.
chest.
Yeah,
I thought you was telling him to say it with his chest.
The tune's good. Say it with your chest. The video to it's sick.
Yeah.
Sick. Like it's not just like basic. You get
I've
me?
seen-
There's
I've seen
a
a
bit of
couple
thought in
clips
it
through.
still.
Dirty
A
ass.
bit of ratings. And I think that concludes the show this week. Thank you guys for watching again. And we'll be back again, hopefully, if the peas is alright.
Don't worry, we'll be back.
This is the tramp edition, yeah? We're in our roughs.
Bruv, next
Rough
week is great
scrubs.
as well.
Huh?
Car insurance.
Fam, what do you mean, fam? Everything comes out next week.
Oh, man's not here
fam.
next week, though.
Huh?
What day are you trying to do?
Oh yeah, you're away, innit? When you
Early.
leave?
I'm back Thursday.
Next week.
Unless you want to do it late.
We'll see. We'll see.
Yeah,
But yeah,
man.
we'll be back next time. Thank you for watching. Mad love.
Done, no.